Alrighty, notes today. These notes are on page, and again, don't write this part, page 9 or page 12. Again, probably 9. Most of you have the newer toolkit. What you want to look at to find this page is, it says this at the top, right? Chapter 2, fractions and integer addition. It says that in nice big letters at the top. Again, page 9 or page 12. So go and find that. Then, oops, what you should do is pause me and write down the stuff that I have already written to speed things up. Once you have that all written down, then start the video talking again. Okay, hopefully you have all this written down. So diamond problems are just a pattern for solving these funny little problems. And it seems like why, but they become really useful next year, which I end up telling you a lot. So good on your eighth grade teachers that we're learning all this. But what happens is we have in a diamond problem, we have a number on each side, right? That's why I put number here. And then those two numbers we use together to multiply to make the number at the top. That's the product, right? Product means the answer to a multiplication problem. And then we take those two numbers and add them together to get the number on the bottom. That's the sum. So we're going to just do some examples here. And in the book, they draw the diamond problems real fancy with like an actual diamond looking thing, but we just make an X. And so if we have two numbers, for example, 5 and 2, and I'm going to write with a different color for the answers that I figure out. And so we take those two numbers, and like I said, we multiply them together. 5 times 2 is 10, and so that's the number that goes on the top. And 5 plus 2 is 7. So that's the sum that goes there. And there's that problem done. Okay. Now, like anything, you're like, that's super simple. It's probably not going to stay that easy, which is sometimes true. So I'm going to do a couple other examples. So I'm going to draw a couple more X's here. Oh, those are crooked and sloppy, but it'll do. All right. So the way the diamond problems work is they always give you two of the numbers and you have to find the other two. The easiest time is when this first one, where they give you the two numbers that you multiply and you add. Done. But sometimes they might give you one of the numbers and then say a sum, right? And so now I'm trying to find, well, what's the other number here? And then once I know that number, I can multiply it for the top. Well, here's the deal. I know that 8 plus something equals 15. Well, the opposite of adding is subtracting. So if I just turn that problem right around, 15 minus 8 gives me that missing number, and 15 minus 8 is 7. So that's how I figure out what goes there, right? It's always the opposite of add is subtract, so just reverse it. Now that I know that that's a 7, well, 8 times 7, right? I multiply to get 56, and I know the number that goes there, right? So one of them is a little trickier to find, but once I know that one, then I can just multiply to get the number on the top, right? Oh, I didn't change the number. So these were the two we found. I forgot to change the color on that one. Okay, so that was a little bit trickier. All right, so what if we have 4 here and 1 here, for example, and we have to find the number again. And once we know that number, we can add them together to get the number on the bottom. Okay, well, change my color this time. So this time I know that 1 times something equals 4, right? Because we multiply the two side numbers together to get the number on the top. Well, the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So again, I can reverse it. 4 divided by 1 tells me that missing something. Well, 4 divided by 1 is 4. I know that this is an easy one, but the steps are the same, whether the numbers are easy or hard. So that missing number was 4 because 1 times 4 is 4. But if the numbers are bigger, remember that division step can help you figure it out. So now that we know that that's 4, 1 plus 4 makes that sum 5. Remember, the bottom is the sum, the top is the product. All right, last example, the trickiest of them all. We have 16 and 10. So this time we don't know either one of the numbers on the side, but we know we need a pair of numbers that adds up to 10 but multiplies to 16. So here's the deal. You could just guess and check, right? You're like, oh, 5 plus 5 is 10, right? But 5 times 5 is not 16. So that is not the right number pair. The easier way to check is to check the multiplication pairs because there's not as many of them. So how do I get to 16? Well, 16, right? I'm going to make myself a little list over here. 16 is 2 times 8. 16 is 4 times 4. 16 is 16 times 1. What I need to figure out is which of those pairs also adds up to 10, right? Well, 16 plus 1 is 17. Nope. 4 plus 4 is 8. Nope. 8 plus 2, aha, is 10. So 8 and 2 must be the number pair I'm looking for because it has to add up to 10, multiply to 16, right? So it's always the same pattern, product on top, sum on the bottom, but there's different combinations of what's missing. So you can use all those ways to find the missing numbers. Okay, make sure you have it all written down, and if you're confused, watch it again.